Welcome to the Everyday Leader Podcast, where conversations inspire action, growth, and impact. Hosted by two passionate leaders, Shannon and Conrad, this podcast is for those who strive to lead with purpose and integrity in their life. Whether you're navigating big decisions, seeking balance, or dreaming of creating change, we're here to help explore the tools, stories, and insights that help everyday leaders thrive. Join us each episode as we dive into the art of leadership at work, at home, and in the world. Because leadership isn't a title, it's a way of being.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Everyday Leader. Shannon and Conrad here.
Yes, Everyday Leader Podcast. Glad you're here.
And today we're going to talk about team building. Conrad, I have to share this little story with you.
Please.
To frame this up. I think it will help frame where I want us to go with this. I was picking my middle school kid up from his second day of school, where he spent most of the day in a retreat with his 8th grade class, because now they're the leaders of the school. And so they have a retreat, and I actually don't quite understand what they do on this retreat. But I do know that when he got in the car, I asked him how it went. And he said, well, it was okay. But, team building. And he said it like that. I was like, Cade, this is what I do as part of my work. It's team building, connection, culture building. What happened? And we had a little bit of a conversation about that, but it just brought me into this remembrance that, especially at this time of year, because I think people are coming back from vacation, organizations, companies, teams are kind of trying to bring their people back in together. And it's often a season of retreats and team building. I'm putting that in air quotes. And not everybody is as excited about team building as I am, or maybe was.
Well,
my past professional experience.
What has you excited about team building?
So this is it, right? I think team building's gotten a little bit of a reputation for being a certain way. And so the part that does excite me always is connection, but meaningful connection with people. Being able to take a break from the, hey, what are we doing? And get in a circle and kind of get into meaningful connection about how we're doing it and how we're doing it together and who we are as individuals and then who we are as a collective in doing that work.
So it sounds like we need to relabel it to meaningful connection versus team building. Yeah. I get the perspective, because building can have the charge of work or hard or have to build something. And not that it is easy. I'm not saying that. It's just that this, where you're pointing us is this is about meaningful connection with others. And the result is a team that is built, or a stronger team, or a team that is more agile. So it's interesting that, the language piece that we use.
Yeah. And that language is really, it's important. I think what you're leading me to is how there is a distinction in different ways of team building based on what it's in service of and what is important for that particular team. But yeah, it has like team building, that word kind of has this. So I don't know if this is in the language or it's just in my experience, but this expectation that we're all gonna like agree and get along and
Yeah.
be okay about, like, be happy about it, right? Like a very much like, let's go team type of energy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not the way teams actually work. So they're even hearing the word team building, I have some resistance to it myself because of
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah. Well, let's zoom out and talk about what are the ingredients or elements, essentials for building a team and meaningful connection. You just look there.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
People, one building block of this team is people. So
Hmm.
I know that's super simple, but it's people that are, and I think you said this a bit earlier, aligned around a mission, a cause, a
Hmm.
purpose, um, an outcome. Even teams come together for a project outcome.
Hmm.
So one piece, gotta have people, gotta have purpose.
Hmm. Yeah. People, purpose. I think then the next piece of that is a relationship or relationships and real intentional design. And
Hmm.
maybe this is the piece that I notice missing sometimes is some, yeah, not just intentional design, but a collective design in that relationship, those relationships.
Yeah, and intentional design around. I know some elements that when you and I work with teams is around transparency, safety, authenticity,
Mm-hmm.
um, responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just loving those elements in the design because that makes the relationship empowered.
Yeah, and through the intentionality around it, which is really finding different ways to articulate and document all of that, like really making it tangible, making that
Yeah.
something that you can point to, something that you can reflect back on and really use and access when things are going well and when things are not going well.
Yes. So we got people, purpose, and intentional design
Hmm. In the relationships. Yeah.
in relationships. Yeah. Hmm. I also in that intentional design, this just in is how to recover and navigate through conflict or disagreement.
Yes.
Like building that in at the beginning because inevitably there's going to be some squishiness or something that happens within the team that's going to cause um it can be conflict. I know we use that word, but it's just going to cause distance is the way I like to frame it versus or distance or separation
Hmm.
versus connection. So I guess the question is in that intentional design is when we feel separated or disconnected, how do we name that and get back?
Yes. And even, how does the team normalize that is a process, that is just a natural process
Yeah.
inside like the life of a team, right?
Yes. Yeah. You and I'm smiling, Shannon, as you say that because this is not a one and done. Team building is not like, okay, we're gonna go to a retreat and have a team building session and come back and we're gonna be built. It's kind of like a garden or a house. There is maintenance needed There is cultivation and weeds that need to be pulled in the garden. There's
Mhm.
seasons. Uh, Houses need to be refreshed and cleaned and painted, and so it's not like, hey, we built this house or we did this garden, this team
Mhm.
building. Okay, check that box. So I think that's the other thing, maybe, and I'm not trying to project on your story because it was your story. So I'll share my experience is the thing that has team building get a bad rap, or like team building is it's not sustained. It's not integrated into the culture. It's not held with, we need to do this daily.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's the feeling of, okay, well, that was really wonderful. And tomorrow I'm going to go back
Mhm.
to the same office or or the same, classroom or the same whatever, and nothing will be different. I'm not going to feel more energized. I'm not going to feel more alive in my relationships with the other team members or the other people here.
Yeah.
Um, we will have just had a really nice time. And now we're
Yeah.
moving on.
Until the next retreat or the next session or the next time it comes up.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So,
what do we know?
well, I think we know this part, right? Which is that you have to keep taking care of the garden or the house or whatever it is. It's an ongoing process. It's a living system and it requires
Mm.
care. So, I would love to
Yes.
hear one of the things that Conrad that you advise. I think our listeners would love. Like, what is a tool that you use or suggest, offer to team leaders to support them in that, support them in this pending?
And yeah, and team building, living systems. I think the one tool for today that comes up is consistent rhythms. And what I mean by consistent rhythms in a business context, it's we have this same meeting, we have this same interaction every Wednesday at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And in that interaction, we have this protocol within that. Meeting starts at this time, it ends at this time, and here's the flow of that. There's time in it for team building, team health. I like to call it team health
Hmm.
check-ins,
Yeah.
as well as the things that are on track and off track. So, bottom line tool, this is in the business setting. It can be used in classroom settings. It can be used in any context that you're leading in. Is what are the rhythms that are important and are have the discipline to hold those rhythms throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout each season.
Yeah. I like that. You're also reminding me of this inquiry that can happen during those sessions with the team, which is, where are you feeling distance
Mm,
with the team and where are you feeling connection?
yes. Yes.
And to ask your teammates, your team, your people, your family, right? This could be a
Yeah.
family or community group.
Absolutely.
Where are you feeling distance and where are you feeling connection? Cool.
Yes. Thanks for this conversation again, Shannon. Always a pleasure to unpack.
Yeah. And may our listeners go connect with others in a meaningful way.
Be well.
All right. Bye, Conrad.
See ya.